So welcome to the PRINCE2 pre-course videos, and this video is about the quality theme. So quality, it's obviously a key part of our project, and in particular on projects this applies to the products that we're going to use, we're going to develop. However, it might also be used in order to make sure that we apply the right kind of methodology, the right processes and procedures on our project. As we can see on our process model, be aware that quality is something that runs throughout our project, right from startup, particularly in initiating, when we're doing our planning and thinking about how we apply quality to the products and the processes, and then of course on into where we're delivering, particularly where we're going to be checking and testing the products within the project. So what is quality? Well, clearly it's making sure that the products we deliver meet the requirements that we have identified at the beginning with the customer. Now we need to make sure, of course, that this makes sense and that we can describe those properly, and our quality theme will be looking at how we apply quality to the project. This is not just about the testing, it's also about how we actually capture those requirements, how those requirements are translated into something which the teams can use to build the products, how the testers can use them to test the products and make sure that they have been delivered correctly. Remember that quality needs to be specific. It can't just be fluffy, like we need something which is good quality or high quality or world class, because these things don't mean anything because they can't be measured. So therefore, whatever we talk about in quality needs to be measurable. And we'll see later on we have things like acceptance criteria and quality criteria, and these are measurable aspects that apply to either the project's product or the products themselves. In the end though, this all needs to meet the customer's requirement or the customer's expectations. Within PRINCE2 we have something called the quality trail, and this is the steps that we need to take in order to get the necessary information about quality, how this is then communicated to those who need to know, and how it's used to check that the project's product does actually meet the requirements of the customer. Notice the top half of the diagram here is about quality planning. So this is what you as a project manager, obviously working with our stakeholders, particularly the users and the other elements of the customer, to ensure that we know what we're going to build. And at the bottom there, quality control, this is where the teams are going to be building the products, and the testers are going to be checking to make sure that they meet the criteria. So firstly, we're going to be dealing with and looking at what the customer brings to us. So their kind of overall requirements, their customer quality expectations. This is in general what they're looking for: fast, slow, cheap, waterproof, whatever kind of overall requirements. And then the acceptance criteria, what they will accept. So if it's got to be fast, then we have to be clear about what fast is in a measurable way. We also might have to consider about priorities. Is fast better than cheap? So therefore we need to make sure that those acceptance criteria are in priority order. All of this will go into something called a project product description. So this is a document that captures all this information, and it will then also allow us, once we understand this level of quality from the customer in our project response, we're going to be looking at our quality management approach. So how are we going to go about quality in our project? And this document, the quality management approach, describes how we carry out quality within our project. One of the key things we're also going to deliver is going to be our product descriptions. So we're going to be breaking down the project's product into its component parts, and each of these will need to be described. We're going to use the quality components, so quality criteria. These are the specifics that the product has to meet. They may have tolerances around them. We're also going to need a quality method. This is how are we going to test. And we'll need quality responsibilities. So who is going to do the testing? So that, in conjunction with the quality register, is what we need to produce when we're thinking about quality planning. Remember that the quality register is where we're going to capture the details of the testing. In quality control, this is where the team managers and their teams are going to be building the products. And we'll need to make sure that they build them in accordance with the product descriptions, which we're going to be giving to them. And we're going to test to make sure that they do actually meet those quality criteria within the quality tolerances. If the product is complete, it gets an approval record, some kind of certificate or signature, proof that it's been completed, and eventually we'll get to the project's product, and that will receive then, once it's approved, perhaps through some kind of user acceptance test, an acceptance record. This will then show that we have met the customer's acceptance criteria, and therefore we've applied quality effectively in our project. So this was a look at quality. And remember, you can use this video as a revision whilst on your course in preparation for your exam. Thank you very much.